What's up, YouTube? This is Aaron619 coming back at you with another video. Making a video response for Eastern Connecticut Sports Cards, Mike. I just wanted to show some support, man, and make a quick video on your contest on why I started collecting and why I continue to collect. Um, Sports cards wasn't always my first love. My first love was actually what you see right in front of you to the left here was Hot Wheels, man. I was a big, huge Hot Wheel collector back then, in the late 70s, early 80s. And it's kind of what started me into collecting. My parents were big artifact collectors, Negro League memorabilia collectors, and just baseball memorabilia in general. But for me, Hot Wheels did it, man. I was fascinated with Hot Wheels. So this is what you see on the left. That's actually my first Hot Wheel I got, and it was bought by actually my dad back in the day. And he told me if he said if I don't open it, it may be worth something later on. And I didn't do so. I just left it on there. And even though I had much temptation, I wanted to bust it open and do what kids did best back then: is skirt it against the carpet and throw it on the concrete and just demolish it. But I didn't. I held on to it, and when they came out with those protector cases for them, I bought one to keep it secure. So this is a 1975 letter getter, and the U.S. mail truck. Man, it was a fantastic piece that I really loved back then. So I was happy that I kept it up in this shape. So, but that's what started my collecting. It wasn't until in the early '80s when I got into card collecting, and the reason why I got into it was because I got embarrassed. I was in part of a little kids group discussion, and I was a big, huge Earl Campbell fan back in the day. And I remember, getting challenged basically why I liked Earl Campbell, and I couldn't give anybody any stats or statistics to why I really liked him. I watched him a ton of times on TV. I even tried to mirror him when I ran, played football on the field, but it was embarrassing, man, that I couldn't talk about a player that I admired so much. So I saw one time, and one time another kid, he was a kid that collected cards, and I asked him, could I see one? And when I flipped it on the back side of the card, man, it gave a bunch of information about that particular player. So that's what kind of led me into collecting cards, was just I didn't want to get embarrassed, man. And by that, it led into something bigger. So um, busting packs and having fun with it, man, and sharing the hobby with other kids that like to do, trading and, doing things like that. So, and that's how I really got into it. Now, why I continue to do it is a different reason. History, man. I'm a big history buff, and I just love the history part of football and baseball, especially baseball. My dad and mom, like I said, they were big admirers of the Negro Leagues, and they used to educate me on that and make me read different things that were about African American players, and by doing that, it just sparked my interest in a different direction with collecting. And I read a ton, so by reading is kind of what makes me go out and buy different cards. Is because when I go out in a book, you read about a particular player and you say, wow, I want to go out and see if I could find a card that, that matches that player. You can put a face and put a face to it, so to speak. So, but that's why I continue to collect, man, is the education part of it. I love educating my kids on different African American players as well as Caucasian players that just impact the game so much. So that's why I continue to collect, Mike, is the educational piece of it. And my collection, you'll see, man, by my videos, I collect a lot of Hall of Famer football players, a lot of Hall of Famer baseball players, but my main personal collection is really in the Negro League area. So that's what you'll see from me. It's probably a lot of Hall of Famers and Negro League players, because I didn't really collect one single player because I enjoyed the game so much. I just enjoyed the play of all players, that really came to work every day and put in effort. And it would show, it would show in their stats and it would show in their careers as time went on. And that's how I collected. So, and that's all I got, Mike. I'm sorry it's a little long, man. It's 5 minutes, but this is why I do what I do, man. So, um, great contest. Continue to make great vids, buddy. And as always, guys, stay blessed, and I'll talk to YouTubers later. Bye.